Hey guys, I just got done with a service call. I was checking out a unit for a person I work with, actually my father's company really, for a long time, in the regards that that person was an electrician that did work with him. So he called me because they actually called my father, and my father then referred him to me because he wanted some service stuff done. So I took a look over there, and he was real concerned because he said that he had cleaned up a lot of mold. There was mold in the house. I don't know how bad it was. I didn't get to see the mold firsthand, but the house looked really good when I got there. I looked up into the vents because all the vents had been taken down for a different reason. I guess, I don't know, they were painting, I think. And I looked up into the vents, and there wasn't any mold there. There wasn't any mold on the flex or anything like that I could see. So he asked me if I would check out the system. I said, well, let's do this. Let's open it up and check out the system. And I said, but what led up to this, being concerned about this part? He said he called a duct cleaning crew out of Wilmington, North Carolina. He called them up there, and they came up and took a look at it, and it was a $69 duct cleaning special. And it was special for sure. A $69 duct cleaning. And the guy got there, and the first thing he did, I guess, was climb up in the attic, per his training, and open the air handler doors. At this point, he came down, talked to the fellow that had hired me, told him that the air handler was full of mold. Full of mold. Disgusting, horrible mold. So he started naming off stuff that he would do to rectify this problem, and that $69 became $600 and some dollars. So my associate, my customer, he thought about it and said, nah, that's a little bit too much. That's too much out of the budget, is what he said to him. So the guy said, okay, well, we'll do it for this much then. I don't know how much this much was, but he knocked it off a little bit. The guy said, okay, all right, we'll come and do it then. So he hired him to come up, I think on the next Monday, and do the cleaning. But my customer was there on Monday, had waited all day till around 3 o'clock, then called the company. And the company said that he was never scheduled for Monday. I guess, and he speculated that they didn't want to do the job any longer, and when the guy got back and told him what he had arranged, they shot it down and were pretending like it never happened. Now that part is of course speculation, but the job wasn't scheduled. When he called the outfit that was going to do the job, they said that there was nothing on their board about his job. So he said the guy actually got a little angry with him, which is ironic. It's all about customer service. Customer service. So he called me through my father, and I came up there and I said, well, I'll check it out for you. I mean, I'm not a mold remediator, but I can tell you how bad it looks compared to what I've seen in the past. And the fact that having a tiny bit of mold in an air handler is not catastrophic. And in fact, a lot of times, a lot of people's air handlers have small amounts of mold and dirt built up inside of them. And if a regular homeowner opened the door, they might go, oh dear God, we're all gonna die. But you're not. You're not gonna die. Because it's been up there for like 10 years or something like that. So I told him I'd take a look at it. So I climbed up, and I'd actually have a customer about 3 houses down from this house, in a little urban sprawl part of Wilmington off of Gordon Road. And exact same floor plan and everything. So I was like, I know exactly where the hole is for the attic because I've been in this house before. Same air handler, Goodman AR32 from 2002. So plenty old enough. Plenty old enough to be just swimming and inundated with a plethora of mold. So I took the door off and looked inside. That air handler looked better than most air handlers I see. In fact, the only section of the air handler which had any mold on it was the sticker on the blower that said when the air handler was made and who run tested the air handler. So I told him that to properly remediate this problem, I had to take the sticker off, which I did. It's kind of a joke, and it's definitely a scam when people come in there under the guise of duct cleaning and tell these stories to people, and they're banking on the fact that the people are either uneducated enough or don't check behind them enough that they will be able to do these jobs and earn this money and take these people to the cleaners. A total ripoff and a total screw job. I checked the system out. I changed the blower run cap. I changed the dual run cap outside, which were both weak. I showed him the run caps. One of them was leaking oil. Both of them were actually weak. It was a 5 microfarad blower cap. It was 3 microfarads on the meter, so I changed it. It also had castor oil around the rim, which indicated it was leaking oil, which is also a fatal flaw, which would warrant changing on its own. The dual run cap outside was a 35 and 5, and it was registering 29, which is well out of the tolerance for that. So I changed that one as well. Started it up. The unit had a slight overcharge, not enough to really tinker with, especially since it was 68 outside. I didn't want to go charging. So I told him that if he wanted to, when it warmed up in the spring, we would check it again, could adjust it. He said that was fine. And that's pretty much the end of it. He saved about $400, actually over $400, by not using the duct cleaning service, just having a guy come and check it out. Now, like I said, I'm not a mold remediator. I don't clean ductwork, but I've been around for a long time, and I know what dirty ductwork and moldy ductwork looks like, and you know what it smells like. You can smell it. And I opened up this air handler, and I was disappointed to see there was hardly anything in it. In fact, I wouldn't have had a second thought about this thing being dirty. It looked like an average 15-year-old air handler. It's real shocking, guys. It's just, you have to be vigilant out there. Do a good job for your customer. It's just, I don't know. You can't do business like that forever. It's one of the things where you come back to that business and the next week and all of a sudden they packed up and moved to the next town over. So just be aware that sometimes these things are bait and switch ads. It's $69 turn into $650, $39 tune-up turns into $200. Chances are, if it's really low priced, it's just a hook to get you for some greater sum. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this little on the road blog, and I will see you on the next one.